Also, we can pay off loans. Repay 1, 2, 2. That'll cost 122 to do that one. But as we're paying the loans off, we're earning more and more money as the interest goes down. Ravensburg. The Reformation branches out. The Protestant Reformation is spreading like wildfire across Europe. Several different movements have already formed. Ravensburg becomes reformed. Now, do I have a centre of religion here? No. Wait, Ayrshire converted. I thought Lancashire did. Did I read that wrong? I didn't think I did. So Ravensburg is reformed. Germany's going to be an interesting place. Reformed might actually spread down into, like, Italy. I think that this war of religion is going to be fascinating. Oh, we've exceeded our admin. Okay, with that in mind, I think it's time to just... And London's being converted right now, so that's fine. Although London's actually the one that I kind of wanted to have go first, but we're halfway done. Protestant and Reformed churches reject incense. Many Reformed and Protestant theologians have come to reject not only the elaborately decorated nature of Catholic churches, but also the use of incense in religious rituals. The use of scents, candles, and incense is now increasingly considered sacrilege, and as a result, the demand of all types of incense that for over 1,000 years have brought frankincense and myrrh from the East to Europe has finally begun to decrease. Cambridge has been caught. Good. England's having rebels again. Oh, England. Corrupt bureaucracy. Yearly corrupt. That's annoying. Probably because of our overextension still. Being rather bad. Robber barons. The Burghers are concerned with the great influence of the nobility in our state. They claim that many lower members of the nobility are disregarding the peace and law of the land, using their position of power and the lands they hold to make up unreasonable tolls and taxes for traders passing by. Some are even said to attack and waylay merchants, robbing or extorting them for their money. Representatives of the Scottish Burghers now claim that the economic development of our country is being held back by these excesses. The nobility, on the other hand, argue they are simply charging reasonably for the use of their roads property. Some are willing to give the state a part of the share they take. So we gain a base tax, or a base production in Sutherland, which is... Scarborough, isn't it? Yeah, nope. Where's Sutherland? Alright, as much as I know about the geography of England, I'd kind of wish that these didn't say the cities, they said the province they're in. Where the hell is Sutherland? It's not in Scotland, is it? Oh, there, Sutherland. It is. Okay, never mind. So this is a grain, so I don't really care about grain. Base tax is what I'm after. Nobility, nobility gains. Oh, that's fine. And the Burghers have just disappeared again. The Ravensburg crest looks like kind of like a set of women's underwear. What? No. Back after a longer break. Well, welcome back, Malgin. London has been converted. Huzzah! Let's go and do Lancashire next, because I was pretty sure that they should have been done before. And we are also going to go ahead and core London. And then once those are finished, we'll turn those two into states. We'll spend the rest of the admin, and then boom. Also, technology. Probably all round, in fact. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And we're ahead of time once again. We continue getting innovation. Schweizerreiter. Sure. And another 2 decisions available. So for this one, we can get missionary strength and tolerance of heretics. No downside. And stability cost reduction, but tolerance of heretics increased. Don't care. Although, I'm surprised we're not getting more rebel issues. Oh, and the artillery's upgraded too. So we are still kind of doubling down on the morale damage. So we're going to go for the Culverin. Is there a mod for the game that lets you play in the BC? There's a Roman mod, I believe. Bear in mind that this is a new DLC though, so most mods will be broken when it releases. In fact, pretty much all of them will. I don't know what it's called though, someone in chat might know. Imperium Romanum, maybe? Poor uniforms, morale of armies, fine. I do have another idea group, which should definitely be military. I'm thinking naval. Naval. How am I? Ooh, Danish. Ah, of course, because we're not Catholic anymore. So I do need to be somewhat careful about maintaining my relations here. Right, you can cancel that. And we're going to say instead, send one to my allies. I'm going to do that automatically. Alright, good. Lorraine has accepted peace. Austria will give... What? Oh, I see. Lorraine was leading it, and then Austria took München from Bavaria. And then another imperial reform. There are a lot of reforms being done. Well, 2. Burgundy no longer considers them a rival. Burgundy considers me a rival. Well, bring it then. I'm allied with Friesland, who's like right next door to you. Lancashire has been converted. Of course it has. Perth. Do them. Okay, now we're getting some rebel issues. We can probably pay off another loan. We can. Go and do that. And the initial cores are almost done, which is going to quite dramatically increase my income and manpower numbers. Right, when is the truce against England up? 1521. 3 more years. Cool. When does the next war against Britain? I just answered that one, Fanro. Good timing. Gained a core. Boom. And yes, I would like to create some states, please. 1. Core the lot. Right, this one hasn't been done yet, I guess. France is influencing Navarre. Can I not state this until I've got all of them in the state? Ah, interesting. I thought so long as one of them was in, but I guess, yeah, that does make sense. Oh wow, my income's just gone through the roof. So I doubled. Well, surplus doubled. So with that in mind, I'm going to start spending a little bit more on the military. We're down to just 2 loans. Sweet. Treason against Scotland again. Nobility loses some loyalty, we get some more professionalism. So we've got 5% professionalism just from those events. Which is good, because that's another free shot of manpower. London's now cored. Create territory out of that. And then core all of them. 240, done. Right, now that that's finally been done, I can go to London, I can say, I want you to be the trading city. Costs me some more Diplo, but that's fine. Then I can go to you and say, I want to recall, I want to have you transfer. Can't I not transfer through the North Sea? I know it's my capital, but this is the trade capital now. Maybe the end of the month? Ah, here we go. Transfer trade. That dude. And now my trade income should go through the roof as well. Yeah, we're sending 1.3 from the North Sea into the English Channel. Then the English Channel we're now collecting 4.4. Previously we were collecting like 1. So yeah, even more money. Marvellous. And thus the Scottish economy gets reformed. Am I going to root out the corruption? At some point I will, yes. I want to get the loans paid off first, then I'll worry about that type of thing. Estates want more control. Nobles. Of course you do. So, trade goods. Scarborough, you're already clergy. Lancashire, I'm not giving you away. Shrewsbury. You're kind of a big one. Oh, here we go, Somerset. Isn't actually mine, it's still English. So is Tyrone. Ayrshire is a coal producing place, I don't want to give that away. West March is already gone. What about the fish producing provinces? Oh, here we go. Nobility. No, you still want more, because you're greedy. There aren't many grain producing places. Sussex, you're a 10. No. Fine. You're a grain producer, so eventually I'll have your manpower go up. In fact, I might just do that now. There we go. Cool. Oh, I am not converting, and this is bad because I have a limited number of time. A limited amount of time while my amazing missionaries are around. After that point, it becomes significantly harder to convert. Am I generating any church points yet? Oh, yes, I am. Cool. English separatists are going to rise soon. Ish. Am I at full strength? More or less, but I do think that this is the time now to invest in some more troops, seeing as I'm almost at half of my force limit, which is kind of poor. So we'll get a couple more of those, and a culverin. I don't actually have any artillery yet. Essex, Kent, Oxford, Norfolk, Cambridge, Sussex, York, Hull, Cambridge. Of course, I could have built it on you and then they would have automatically moved towards you. Never mind. And now you are taking supply issues. 32, Oxford. Let's go there. The royal heretic. The people of Scotland were pleased when Henry I announced his marriage to Adelaide. At the time, little was said about her origin of upbringing in Paris. To most common folk in Scotland, royals are a breed of their own. They care little for such details. However, rumours bringing those issues to light have begun to recently to spread. Some say the Queen Consort has refused to let go of her old Catholic faith. While the people have understood the need for the marriage with foreigners, they are less likely to do so when it comes to being ruled by a heretic. That's going to really piss France off, which I would rather prefer we didn't do. Although we are improving relations with them at the moment. Also, she's rubbish. Am I not going to be able to marry anyone anymore? Because they're not Anglican. That seems unlikely. Kent. Influenza. Quarantine it. Monopoly company formed. Crowns often granted trading companies the exclusive rights to traffic goods in a region. These monopolies were granted in exchange for a lump sum payment and continuing revenues from the traders. So I can gain a bunch of money on my more trade efficiency. You know what? We're making more and more money from trade. So that's 10 years of trade efficiency plus 15%. I mean, trade still isn't that high. Am I expecting trade revenue to go up dramatically in that time? Depending on whether I get workshops and things up and running, maybe. Yeah, no worries, my name is Matt. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I know what the costly embargo notification is, that's England. And I'm quite happy to continue embargoing them. Because I'm stealing money away from them. Like, I've already made them go bankrupt 3 times. I'm quite happy for them to go bankrupt even more. That's why they keep having these rebel problems, because they just never have any morale. That's also how I was able to beat them so easily in the last couple of wars. I'm going to take the money and run. I'm going to use that to pay off these loans. And there we go, debt free. And then after this, we can focus on building workshops and temples, which will increase our money further, especially as we already have the cheaper construction cost. And we can also use it to pay off some of the corruption, as well as further military spending. So we're going to spend 2 ducats a month on the old corruption problem, because it is at 6%, which is rather high. Essex has risen. Aha. Make sure they don't take London. Thankfully, I've had a history of really good generals, so my army is kind of awesome. No. Okay. We attacked. My king, the rumour is spreading that Kildare is preparing to attack England in a war of aggression. Really? No CB war? That's brave. They beat me? Okay, whoa. London, you better start garrisoning up then. Where are you going? Gloucester? You can walk! I thought they only did that if they physically couldn't reach anything. Oh dear, money problem. Sod. I believe in you reinforcing, that's fine, just don't bankrupt me in the process, please. Okay, it's time. War against Burgundy, Castile, Brabant, Flanders and Holland. And that's also going to increase the trust with them. You already locked in. Well, sod. I still haven't built any heavy ships, so we are actually going to get attacked here. Damn it, you're forcing me to take loans. Because there is something I need to start building. Like, now. Carrack! I'm definitely clicking on heavy ship here. I want one there. 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 And there. 8 of them. Perfect. Kildare has declared war on England. They're going to try and get that area. You sank all 8 of my light ships. Well, half of them are old, but still. And this is why I did not get the trade economy upgrade. Kent is being converted. Good. Sussex, you can be next. Am I playing Royal Britannia? Yes. We'll wait until the end of this month, then we'll launch our attack. Wow, they have 11 cavalry units. That's probably why they did so much damage. Alright, let's go. Still losing more men than they are, but we have more morale. Alright, we got it. Lost a lot of troops though. Ouch! Oh, wait, who are you? Ah, interesting. But France should be winning this war over here, like, dead easy. There we go, rebels dealt with. Can I make move? Yes, I can. I just need to make sure that we don't lose the crossing. What are my favourite features in the DLC? I like that they've redrawn the map in Scotland in particular, because it means that Scotland is actually competitive because of the extra development that they have. So they can compete. They're certainly not stronger than, but they can definitely compete with England now in terms of their economy and therefore the number of troops they can raise. I really like the naval doctrines. Haven't used them too much. In fact, I've only flipped them once, but just the fact that they are there and they give you that extra flexibility is really cool. I like that. Anglican faith seems fine so far. It gives you a couple more options. And I like the events that Scotland get. I'm trying to think what else there was that I've actually seen. Like, I haven't been able to see how coal works yet, because too early. Innovativeness. I like innovativeness. It's going to mean that playing tall is buffed more, because you'll be able to get innovativeness up, which decreases the power cost of everything. You get that through being ahead of time in technology. As your power costs go down, technology gets cheaper, which means that you'll just spiral even further and further up. So that's really good for the small, very efficient nations. So that's cool. I like that. What else is there? Let me just double check the posting again, like I had to do earlier. You know what? Yeah, let's use the wiki thing, because the posting here was really good. There we go. Oh yeah, the mission system. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Knowledge sharing, haven't really seen that. New unit pack for the British and Gaelic nations. So those will be the Irish. I haven't actually looked too much at that. The new music's really good. So the Irish are all going to look different. Oh yes, they do. I think I have the unit pack. I think that's part of this. And what's the other one? Mission trees. Right. Which is really cool, actually. I like the mission trees a lot. They add a lot more flavour to the country you're playing and like the direction you take. The thing I'm a little bit concerned about is whether this is going to force you into a certain direction. But the bonuses are useful, but they're definitely not like game-breakingly massive that you are forced into doing this. It just kind of helps you direct along a certain path. So, for example, playing as Scotland, I've been doing the advance through the frontier into England, conquer London path pretty aggressively, and then each level will basically give you permanent claims on like the next tier. So once we'd taken over the frontier, it said, okay, here are some permanent claims on Yorkshire and Lancashire. You take Yorkshire and Lancashire. Okay, here are some permanent claims on Essex and Lincolnshire, etc. It looks like the French Navy is absolutely kicking the living daylights out of the Burgundians, which is good. Right, so while I have basically no ships, we should probably revisit that problem of doctrine. We are currently with the wooden wall. This is very good in defensive wars. I'm not that concerned about defensive wars because I'm allied with Denmark, France and Portugal, all three of which have very large navies. Plus my own, once it's built. We could get the shipboarding, which allows us to capture enemy ships. That's good if we're going to be very aggressive and interventionist, which I'm not really planning on being. Could do the merchant navy, ship trade power, which I think is just going to be super solid regardless. Free oarsmen is galleys, don't really care, and then naval maintenance. I've not really had a problem with naval maintenance. So I think we'll probably switch relatively soon, preferably before these guys are built, to merchant navy. So the price there, the 50 ducats, changes depending on how many sailors are active in your fleet. So while my fleet is at half its strength because we just lost all of our light ships, we'll probably do that. What's the Bank of Scotland mission? That is have at least 1,000 ducats in the bank. Then when you have that, you get 10% tax modifier and 0.1 yearly inflation reduction for 20 years. Yeah, Portugal is in a tight spot, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do manage to fight back at some point. Yeah, their allies aren't great. And it's just Morocco caught me at a very bad time. I am no longer in that bad time. I would love to come and assist France a bit more, but it doesn't really look like they need me. 28,000 men, I just noticed there's another 32 on the way. Yeah, France is fine. I think we slightly outnumber them here. 76, 24, 16 versus 56, 14, 5. Yeah, we outnumber them just a little bit. A little bit. Oh, I've contributed something. Probably blockades. No, it's when I lost my fleet. That's my contribution. Of course. Oh, I see you over there. You going to? Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's going to take you forever to siege that place down. And I'm making money again. Huzzah! Because I can't recruit any more people, because I've already recruited everyone that the rebels killed. So I have just over a year to make 50 ducats. Oh, he's tolerant? Really? Not exactly what I need. Northumberland. Yeah, exactly. I contributed by sacrificing the fleet. It was for the greater good. For the greater good. Destroy you. I really need to start working on the exploration track, though. I've had that idea group for a while and we've made absolutely no progress on it. Admittedly, I was spending a lot of my resources, like, securing my future, which is now, I would say, done. I'm really not that concerned about England anymore. Oh, Fuzz is such a good film. Have I sent anyone out to explore, colonize? I can't. I don't actually have the idea of that idea group that allows you to do that. I need this one, Quest for the New World. I don't have it yet. I don't even have the first one. Like, I've spent literally no Diplo on that whatsoever. Now, am I actually saving up for any of these? Interest per annum would be nice. Oh, of course! They made loans more expensive. I forgot about that. That was in, Cradle of Civilization. Which is actually a really good change, because I abuse the hell out of the ability of getting cheap money. It means that loans actually matter, which is good. They basically doubled the cost of them. By making the buffs you can get against taking loans smaller. Okay, so we've successfully taken one place. Oh, we took the Irish one. I took the Irish one. You're welcome, France. Didn't even realise I was doing that, but yeah. Go me. I'm contributing! And that really was my contribution right there. 15 points! Get in. So I could send my army over here now. Not sure I need to, but I could. Has colonialism spawned? No.